today's race. This is Mark at Slowpoke Racing. We are with URL, the Ultimate Racing League, for their Wednesday night one make challenge. The one make this season being the Peugeot 908 HDI. For those of you who watch this regularly, play the game, you will notice we are in France, and that can only be the famous Le Mans circuit, which is what the guys are racing on tonight. This is a 1 hour race, mandatory pit stops. We will go into that a little bit later on during the race. As I say, we're at Le Mans, a very fast track, just over 8 miles, 21 turns, one of the quickest circuits in the world. The guys have been out there, done some qualifying, and this is how they line up on the grid. So we'll get into it straight away. So Neil Farmack has taken up pole position. Wadru is next to him in second. Wayne G in third. Derview in fourth. Unforgiven in fifth. Kennedy in sixth. Grasshopper seventh. Smokey in eighth. Graham in ninth. Slowpoke 10th. 11th is Declan. 12th is C Broad 84. Stealth is in 13th. The Big Mac 14th. Viking Daddy 15th. And C Brown in 16th. It looks a bit dark out there, so it looks like we're starting off in the evening. This could replicate the famous Le Mans 24-hour race. So we'll go through the night and through into the day. So, as I say, without further ado, let's get this race started. And it's lights out and we are away. So Neil Farmer keeping that first position into the first turn, the first few S's. Waldro going a little bit wide there. Wayne G getting a little bit twitchy. These cars, as I say, very twitchy. If you're a bit too keen with the accelerator. Derview holding on to fourth. Grasshopper has moved up into fifth. Unforgiven in sixth. We've got Slowpoke made a good start into seventh. Kennedy in eighth. Kennedy's already picked up half-second penalty. Putting a challenge in on Slowpoke for that seventh position. Side by side as they approach the first of the chicanes. Kennedy just slotting in behind Slowpoke there. Doesn't want to push it at this early stage. Got Broad in 9th. Smoky Tom in 10th. Everybody going through the first chicane. Okay. The Big Mac in 11th. Declan 12th. Graham 13th. Viking Daddy now 14th. Stealth in 15th. And Brown in 16th. So let's just pop back up to Neil. Neil opening a little bit of a lead there from Wadru. Through. Let's just have a look. See, we've got, who's that got a penalty there? It is Grasshopper. Seems to have picked up a half-second penalty. That can only be for track limits. So as they approach this very, very tight right-hander, it's hard on the brakes. Oh, it looks like we've had somebody's gone off. Let's go down, have a look. I think it's Grasshopper. We'll go back and have a look. A bit further as we approach this tight right-hander. I think Grasshopper's just got a bit of a nudge there from Slowpoke. Yeah, Slowpoke's pulled over. That's unfortunate. I think Slowpoke's just completely missed his braking mark there and took Grasshopper with him. So that's pushed those two all the way back down. Yeah, 15th and 16th for Slowpoke and Grasshopper. So back up with Neil. Neil really starting to stretch out a little bit now. The key to this race will be looking after those tyres and that fuel. As I say, this course just over 8 miles, very fast course. So keeping an eye on those tyres and fuel, as I say, is essential. When we talk about the tyres, it is a mandatory pit stops for this race. All 3 compounds have to be used, so that's the soft, mediums and hards in any order, unless it rains. I don't think we're scheduled for any rain. Had a quick check of the weather map before the race started, and there was no rain visible, so hopefully it stays dry. It is just, as you can see, a bit dark out there at the minute. So we're following Derview at the minute in 4th. He's got Unforgiven just behind him in 5th. Slipstreaming will play a key part of this race as well. If you can get into the slipstream, that'll help you save on fuel as well. But you can see everybody sort of settling down now. Smoky Tom in 6th. Followed closely by Kenny in 7th. Then we've got Brown in 8th. Looks like Graham's picked up a penalty there. Again, that'll be for track limits. There's only a couple of corners where you will pick up penalties. Let's just have a look, see where we've got any fighting going on. I don't think we have. Viking Daddy now in 12th, you can see. Stealth in 13th. And then we've got Grasshopper in 4, made his way up to 14th, Slowpoke 15th, Big Mac 16th. I think Big Mac must have pitted. He's now on Racing Softs. It does look like it's getting slightly lighter out. So, Neil stretching his legs a bit now. Got Woodrow behind him, but it does look like Woodrow's got a penalty as well. Not sure if Woodrow's in his slipstream. I don't think he is. Wayne G looking to get a bit closer to Woodrow. As I say, if you can pick up the slipstream, that will help. Save on fuel. Probably looking at around 6-ish laps, I would imagine, per tank. But the rest of it depends on your tyres. So getting lighter now, which is better for us because we can obviously see what's going on. Well, Smoky Tom under a challenge from Kenny D. Kenny D sitting, as I say, right in that slipstream, saving on fuel. Will Kenny just sit there, or will he actually make a move? Very early on in this race, it is only lap 2. So I'm sure Kenny will be quite happy to just sit there, pick up the slipstream, save on fuel. See Brown's doing the same thing, I think, to Kenny. So you can see, oh no, Brown has made a move. Brown is going to take that 7th position away from Kenny. As I say, I'm sure Kenny won't mind, he'll just sit there. So Brown is on the Racing Softs, let's have a look. Kenny's on the hards. So Brown is going to have the advantage. So Kenny D doing a good job on the hard tyres so far. Graham in 9th chose to go with the Racing Softs for his first stint. You can see the tyre wear starting to creep in now on those rear tyres of Graham's car. This seems to be where the battle is at the minute. So let's have a look. We've got Grasshopper has made his way to 12th, having a great recovery. Is he going to be putting a challenge in on Stealth now? This is good racing from Grasshopper, especially on the racing hard tyres. He's got Viking Daddy though, sitting in his slipstream. Viking Daddy though with a half-second penalty. As they've crossed the line now and start their third lap. Grasshopper manages to take the Stealth. Got that chicane a little bit wrong there. That's cost him. Grasshopper gone now into 11th. Stealth 12th. Viking Daddy 13th. Still to serve his penalty, although Viking Daddy has managed to take Stealth on the outside. Viking Daddy on the mediums. Stealth on the hards. So Viking Daddy would have the advantage there. You can see he's just picked up another half-second penalty, giving him a second in total. Stealth will see that, he'll be watching that, just want to stay in the slipstream with Viking Daddy. He can nick that spot from him again. Slowpoke now in 14th, a little way off the back of Stealth. Declan in 15th, and Big Mac in 16th, having made a very early pit stop. I think he is getting closer to Declan though. Well, Neil is really going for it. I don't think he's saving any fuel or sparing the tyres, is he? You can see he's got the fastest lap so far, 3:25.2. So Neil not messing about. He's on the racing softs. I think he's just trying to open up a big enough gap between himself and Wadru, so that when he does come into the pits to change those tyres and refuel, he can get back out again in front. Wadru on softs as well. Quite a way off of Neil. He's got Wayne G following closely behind. So Wayne G also running the soft, so the front three on the soft tyres for this first stint. As they come round the S's, very fast part of the track. We've got Derview also on the softs in 4th. We'll just follow Derview through this chicane, the last one. So Derview crosses the start-finish line to start lap 4. Let's have a look. Unforgiven just behind has got himself a penalty. Unforgiven on the racing mediums. So the front 4 in front will have a slight advantage, as we say, but the mediums will start kicking in now. So can Unforgiven catch up to the back of Derview? Brownie having a good race in 6th. Got Smoky Tom just behind him. Smoky Tom having a fantastic race. As you see, he's on the racing hards. Those tyres looking good at the minute. It'll be more fuel, I think, for Smoky Tom than tyres. He's chasing Steve Brown. Let's have a look at Brownie's tyres. You see the rear tyre, especially the rear left, is approaching about halfway on its wear, so he will start to lose a bit of grip. That'll give Smoky Tom the chance to catch up. We'll just have a look behind. We've got Kennedy and Graham having a bit of a battle. Graham in the slipstream. Let's go on board with Graham, carrying a half-second penalty. That's not going to help his fight. You can see how much that slipstream is giving him. He's catching right up to the back of Kennedy. So a left, then a right, then a left. and go and get back into the slipstream again. He's got nothing behind him. Grasshopper long way off. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. What's the yellow flag for? Oh, it's Brownie. Let's have a look. What's happened to Brown? So see where we are. We're just coming up to the tight right-hander. It's hard on the brakes. You miss your braking spot and you will just carry on going. As Slowpoke found out when he oh no, he's just a bit too keen on the accelerator. I think he's just managed to spin himself out there on the exit and pirouetting, and oh, he's having all sorts of fun out there now. Oh, come on Brownie, get it back on track. That's it, face this way. Well, that's cost him a couple of spots, that one has. He spun out and unfortunately the wheels just kept spinning, sending him round in circles. I bet there's a few choice words being said in the cockpit of that car at the minute. So unlucky Brownie. He's in 9th. He's okay though. As I say, Grasshopper in 10th. Long way off. Although Grasshopper having a good recovery race. If you remember, first lap got took out by Slowpoke and put all the way to the back, so he's done well to get up to 10th. Viking Daddy in 11th. Brody's got that 1 second penalty. He's being challenged now by Stealth. So Brody will be serving that penalty now, which will allow Stealth to take that spot away from him. You can see Stealth just gone through. The penalty position is not too bad, to be fair, in these cars. It's it doesn't really slow you down that much. You don't lose too much time, which is good. Although it has cost Brody a spot there. He's on the racing mediums, Stealth is on the hard, so Brody will be doing everything he can to catch up with Stealth and take that position back from him. So let's have a look. Kenny D's coming. Oh, nice white tyres there going on. I don't know what that's all about, but Kenny D's in the pits now. He's going to get rid of those hard tyres. Painfully slow when you're sitting in that car waiting for these guys to do their bit. Get some fuel in the car. You can almost feel the frustration of Kenny D. So where's he going to come out? He's going to come out. He's just, Slowpoke's just gone by, so Kenny D rejoins in 14th position, just behind Slowpoke. Slowpoke on the softs, not pitted yet. Tyres are starting to go. So Brody's now caught right up to the back of Stealth. On board with Broad now then. Will he put a challenge in? He will. Swings to the right. Stealth not giving it up easy though. Brody just dropping back into the slipstream again. I think he's just going to sit behind him, get through this short chicane, and then have another go on the next straight, I'm sure. So let's just see how much this slipstream helps. So we've got another little chicane coming up. So Brody's not quite close enough to make the move before that. If he can get a good exit from here. He is on the better tyres, so if he's going to make his move, he needs to do it quickly. You can see Slowpoke just behind. He's under pressure from Kenny D now. Kenny D on the fresher tyres. So now on this long fast stretch, Can Kennedy put a move in on Slowpoke? He's in that slipstream. That'll also help him with his fuel. So we're on lap 5, so we should start to see people coming in now. I'm sure it'll be over the next couple of laps. We should see quite an influx of pits. Oh, and that Stealth that's gone off. Let's just see what happened to Stealth. He's under pressure from Brody. Oh, was there a bit of contact there? I'm not sure. I just want to have a bit of a look back at that one. So we'll go on board with Broad as they approach the turn. Oh, I think there might have been I think there might have been a couple of touches there. I don't know. I think Broad has taken responsibility for that and slowed down. I think he's going to let Stealth through again. So I think Broad may have made contact, but he's nicked the space back. So it's 13th and 14th for Broad and Stealth. Broad with a half-second penalty though, side by side. Ooh, I think Stealth must have just eased off a little bit there. Big back in 15th, Declan, all the way back in 16th. So we're back up to our race leader. As I say, he's still not messing about. So Neil's fuel is just under a quarter. His rear left has got over the halfway, but that doesn't seem to be deterring him at all. He's foot down hard and he's going for it. Woodrow slightly better with his fuel. Out on his own though. Can we see Wayne G in the background just as Woodrow exited that chicane? You could just see Wayne G coming into view in the background. So no change really for the top 4. Neil, Woodrow, Wayne G and Derview. Unforgiven still in 5th, having a good race so far. You can see the fuel light flashing now for Unforgiven, so I'm not going to say he's going to have to come in, because every time I say that they usually stay out, but whether he can do another 8 miles and what he's got left in the tank, we shall see. Smokey in 6, he's picked himself a 1 second penalty, although that's not really going to affect him much. You can see there is nobody behind him, so he's under no pressure whatsoever. Tyres are looking good. The only thing that's going to stop Smokey is his fuel. So Grasshopper now moved up into 7th, having a good race, good recovery race from Grasshopper. Viking Daddy in 8th, under a bit of pressure from Slowpoke. In turn, still under pressure from Kenny. Slowpoke, is he having a look? No. Now can Slowpoke get close enough to Viking Daddy to make a move? You can see in the top left there, Neil Farmack has decided to come in. We'll just stay with these guys for a minute. So Neil in the pits, getting rid of those soft tyres as we're following Slowpoke and Viking Daddy having a battle for 8th and 9th. Kennedy just sitting in 10th watching it happen. I'm sure he'll be hoping that one of these two make a mistake and take each other out. So going up to our leader, so Neil has joined in 3rd. It looks like Woodrow and Wayne G have both stayed out. Unforgiven in the pits, Derview in the pits, Smokey's decided to come in the pits, so that's 4, 5, 6. On Grasshopper as well in 7th, they've all pitted. Woodrow, Wayne G stayed out. So these are now our current leaders. Woodrow taken over the lead. Wayne G seems a lot closer to him than he did earlier. I'm sure they're both going to have to come in this lap though. So it's just a case of how far behind is Neil, and will he retake the lead position again. So Derview back out in 4th, Unforgiven 5th, although a lot closer to Derview now. So Unforgiven is on the softs, Derview now on the mediums. So this could be a good battle between these two. Unforgiven will have the advantage, a fresh set of soft tyres. If he's going to get a move, he needs to get on with it, because those tyres will start to degrade. And Derview running on the medium tyres, they will last that little bit longer. Go on board with Derview, see he's got nothing in front, but you can see we've got Unforgiven getting that slipstream. Right up his gearbox now. So Unforgiven, has he made a move? Yes, he has. He's got the better tyres. Good move there from Unforgiven. Good clean racing. Now can he stretch away before those tyres start disappearing? Derview, I'm sure, will want to stick with him. He can do a bit of slipstreaming, save some fuel. So as I said earlier, all tyres have to be used, the softs, mediums and hards, in any order, as long as all 3 compounds are used. So let's have a look. Smoky Tom out in 6th, he's got Kennedy in 7th, just behind him. Let's have a look. Kenny's on the mediums, so is Smoky Tom, so that should be an interesting battle between those two. Graham in 8th, yet to stop by the looks of it. Oh, he may have stopped. He's got a good tank of fuel, good 3/4 of fuel, but his tyres look shot. So Woodrow and Wayne G both decided to come in now. So where is Neil? Neil just crossing the start finish line, so Neil will retake the lead. Where is Unforgiven? Will Unforgiven make it through? I don't think he will. Before Woodrow and Wayne G get out, just stick with Unforgiven. Ooh, that was very close to the kitty litter there. No, so both Woodrow and Wayne G have got out in front of Unforgiven. Unforgiven though, carrying that momentum through, so he should be able to get right on the back of Wayne G. Wayne G on the mediums. Woodrow's decided to go with the hards for this second stint. Now it's time for Wayne G to try and catch up with Woodrow then. So there's our top 4. You can see how far Neil is in front. He really is going for it. Tyres should last him a little bit longer this time. He's on the medium, so he's obviously opting to do the very last stint on the hards. It will probably be a case of fuel saving for Neil. His tyres should be okay. So Woodrow still in 2nd. Wayne G 3rd. You can see Unforgiven is getting a lot closer. He's definitely in the slipstream. Let's go on board with Unforgiven as he follows Wayne G into the first chicane. Second chicane. Second chicane. Sticking with him. Under absolutely no pressure whatsoever from behind, and so it is up to Unforgiven now to just put the pressure on Wayne. So a very fast part of the track now. See what kind of speeds we're going to reach here. Unforgiven is in the slip now. 190. 191 as Unforgiven makes that move. He's just got to make it stick, keep it tight through these turns. You can see in the top right, Wayne in the mirrors of Unforgiven. Good move, well done. So that's Unforgiven third, Wayne G fourth. Let's have a look. Unforgiven on the soft tyres, Wayne G on the medium, so Wayne G just has to bide his time. His tyres should last a little bit longer than Unforgiven, so that he can come back at him later on. We'll drop back to Derview in fifth. Oh, well, a bit wide there. Could pick up a penalty for that one. No, I think he's got away with it. Smoky Tom having a good race in sixth still. Then we've got Kennedy in seventh. These guys pretty spread out now. Graham in eighth. Surely Graham's going to have to come and pit to change them tyres. That rear left has took a proper punishing. Is he going to pull into the pit? Yes, he is. I've got one right. So Graham into the pits. That will probably let Grasshopper through to seventh. Eighth, sorry. So Grasshopper goes through. Graham's still in the pit. So Viking Daddy, will Viking Daddy get past Graham? He's followed by Slowpoke, so could these two take a position away from Graham? Graham's still in the pit. He's just getting them tyres changed now. Taking on some fuel. Viking Daddy's gone through. Slowpoke's gone through. So Graham rejoins in 11th, just behind Slowpoke and Viking Daddy. C Brown not too far behind Graham. We've got Stealth, made his stop, gone on to the mediums. He's now running in 13th. We've got the Big Mac moved into 14th. We've got Bull Brody went up very wide there in 15th. And Declan in 16th in the pits. So Neil out all on his own. But he's wondering if there is anybody else on the track with him. Nobody in front, nobody behind. I've had a very lonely race. Current fastest lap, 3:24.7. Oh, again, taking that very wide as well. Will there be a penalty? Yes, there will. A very rare sight. Neil Farmack having a penalty. That's really not going to hinder his progress though. Unforgiven now made his way into second. He's having a fantastic second stint. He's really making those racing softs work for him. Quite a gap back to Wadru. Wadru's got Wayne G and Derview. Derview's caught right up to the back of these guys now. So Wayne G trying to make a move on Wadru. We've got on board with Wayne G. Through that final chicane, across the start finish line, start lap 10. You see Derview just in the back, in the distance there. So Wayne G's not really going to be making a move at this point. They'll probably want to get through these first few turns and then maybe trying something on the straight. See Derview getting a little bit closer. Ooh, Wayne G went a bit wide. That could well be a penalty for Wayne there. Yes it is. Cross that line now. Will he make a move? He has. So Wadru now is just going to try and sit in the slipstream of Wayne. These two are going to keep swapping over. Good move there by Wayne G. Making the tyres work for him. Wadru on the hard tyres though, looking a lot healthier. Derview on the mediums in 5th. So let's just have a run down the order. We've had just over half an hour of this race. So we'll just have a quick run down the pack and see if we can find anything that's happening. Brown, Big Mac with a half-second penalty in 13th. Got Broad 14th. Graham 15th. Declan 16th. All looking very spaced out now. So while I've got the opportunity to tell you, we have got a big event coming up on Sunday. It is the charity race. I'm really looking forward to that one. It's going to be a fantastic event. A lot of drivers taking part. We've got 2 lobbies. So 28 drivers taking part in this charity event. Some great charities being represented. The winning team, all the money will go to the winning team's chosen charity. So I hope you can join me on Sunday for that. I will be doing a shared comms with Ian at Firepower. Qualifying will start at 7:45 with the actual race starting at 8 o'clock. As I say, looking forward to that. It'll be a fantastic race. That one we will be broadcasting it live as well. So as I say, if you can join us for that, that will be fantastic. There will be details as well of where you can make a donation on the night. So let's just see if we can raise as much as we can for the winning team's charity. So back to the current race. Neil does look like he's going to be approaching one of the back markers, and he's got another penalty. I'm sure it's a different one. It's not the same one he's been carrying around with him. So he's not easing up. He really is pushing. Unforgiven in second, quite a way away. Having a good race though. And he's picked up a penalty as well, so you can see these guys are not easing back. They really are pushing. Wayne G in third. He's still got Wadru in his rearview mirror. He in turn has got Derview behind. Derview currently sitting in 5th. Bit of a gap then back to Smoky Tom in 6th. He's being put under pressure from Kenny D. Smoky's on the mediums, Kenny's on the mediums, so it's pretty evenly matched. Kenny just not getting quite close enough. He is in the slipstream. Now can he make it count? He may be quite happy to just sit there and do a bit of fuel saving. As I said at the beginning of this race, fuel saving and looking after your tyres is key to this race. So it does look like Kenny's quite happy to just sit there at the minute behind Smoky Tom. Just going forward with Smoky Tom. You can see we've got Kenny D getting right up his gearbox there. It does look like Kenny's going to have a look. He is. Kenny's got the inside as they approach this chicane bit. Oh, bit of door banging there. Does look like Smoky's managed to keep in front though. Kenny's continually frustrated. Now then, is he going to have another look? No. Oh, it's a bit of bump drafting, I think they call it. Working together, try and catch up with the guys in front. Not a bad idea. Next way I want to push the other one along and sit in the slipstream. I think it's called bump drafting. That's a strange phrase. It's probably not, I might have made that up. Anyway, Kenny has decided he doesn't want to play that game anymore. He's going to have another go. He's really picking his moments to try and make these moves count. Look, oh, again a bit of door bumping I think, but Kenny has managed to get his nose in front. As they take the right hander, hard on the power now. Smoky Tom now in 7th, chasing Kenny. So Smoky now sitting in the slipstream. Is he going to play the bump draft game? I don't think he will. Starting to get a little bit dark again. You can see the headlights come on. In fact, it's getting dark very quickly. So let's just go up through the pack. Derview still in 5th, Woodrow 4th, Wayne G 3rd. Unforgiven in 2nd, and then Neil Farmer way out in front. So no change for those guys there. So let's just have a look at the back. Declan's still in 60th. I think that's Declan. He's practically disappeared there. It's that dark. Graham with a half-second penalty in 15th. Broad with a 1 second penalty. Lots of penalties in this race today. Just approaching the penalty zone. As I say, it doesn't affect you that much where this penalty zone is. It's not too bad. Seeing Graham just about to serve his as well in the distance. Big Mac made his way up to 13th. He's chasing Stealth. Stealth running on fumes now, so he's going to have to pit. That's going to give Big Mac the 12th position, unless of course Big Mac comes in as well. No, he's not. So Stealth into the pits. Big Mac taking up that 12th position now. Then we've got Viking Daddy's gone into the pits. Brown in 10th, Slowpoke 9th. Bit of a lonely race there for Slowpoke as well. Kenny D, he's managed to pick himself up a penalty. Again, another lonely race. He was having a bit of a battle with Smoky Tom, so I'm not sure what's happened. Unless Kenny went into the pits, he must have done. He's now got the soft tyres on and a full tank of fuel. So Kenny's been into the pits and then come out and got himself a penalty. Grasshopper in 7th still. You see those brake discs glowing as Smoky Tom slams on those brakes. A friend told me once those brake discs cost about £3 grand. I believe him. They probably cost more on these cars. And I bet they get through a full set in one race. Well, I think that's it. I thought that was Derview. It's very dark out there, isn't it? You can't hardly see anything. So Derview taking that 4th spot away from Wadru. Although Derview is going to have to pit as he's got no fuel. Wadru, I'm sure, will stay out. Wayne G will stay out. Unforgiven has pitted in 2nd position. So let's just have a look where everybody's going to sit now. So Neil way out in front. We've got Unforgiven in the pits. Wayne G, I think he's now coming across the start finish line. So Wayne G will now take up 2nd position from Unforgiven. Unforgiven still in the pits. Derview in the pits. Woodrow now moved up into 3rd. Now it's between Unforgiven and Derview. I think Unforgiven's going to be able to get out in 4th. We've got 4, 5 and 6 all sitting in the pits, so I think Unforgiven's going to be able to get back out, as I say, in 4th position. And he has Derview in 5th. He should be able to get out. So Derview should, I think, rejoin, although he is carrying a penalty. Yeah, he's rejoined in 5th. Smoky and Grasshopper both still in the pits. You can see the refueling now for Smoky. So the question is, how far away is Kenny? So Kenny crossing the start finish line. Kenny goes into 7th. Smoky's rejoined in 6th. Can Grasshopper get out before? Yeah, he can. Slowpoke's into the pits. So Grasshopper comes out in 8th. Slowpoke into the pits, currently 9th. Brownie's decided to come into the pits as well in 10th. Big Mac has come into, so they're all coming into the pits now for their final stop. We have got just approaching 15 minutes left. So Broad coming round in, currently in 12th. I think he's going to stay out, he will. So Broad now taking up 9th position. So after that sudden dash into the pits that everybody's done, we will go down. Declan in 16th. I think he's just been lapped by Neil. We've got Stealth in 15th. Big Mac coming out of the pits into 14th. Graham 13th. C Brown in 12th. Viking Daddy in 11th. Slowpoke 10th. Broad 9th. Grasshopper 8th. Kenny in 7th. Has got a penalty, but that shouldn't affect his position. Smoky Tom in 6th, Derview 5th, Unforgiven 4th, Wadrow 3rd, Wayne G 2nd, and Neil in the pits, but he's that far in front. That's probably not going to affect anything. Let's just have a look, see where Wayne G is going to be the closest to Neil. So Wayne G now approaching the start finish line. Can Neil get out ahead of Wayne G? It says that Wayne's took the position. He hasn't. Neil's just come out. Oh, Neil's, yes, he has. So Wayne G has now took up the lead. So Wayne G in first position, followed by Neil Farmack, although Neil is now out on fresh tyres, full tank of fuel. They are the hard tyres, excuse me, but they are new tyres. Wayne G on mediums. They are worn. They don't look too bad. I think it's going to be more an issue with fuel than it is with tyres for Wayne G. So obviously Wayne G has got one more stop to make. So after he's made that stop, I presume Neil will just take up his position at the front of the pack again. So Unforgiven, I think he's made his final stop. He must have done. He's in third position. He's on the racing hards. Let's just go down the pack as we go. Smokey having a fantastic race, sitting in 6th. He's now on the racing softs, so I'm sure he's going to be getting the hammer down. Kennedy 7th, under no pressure. Same with Grasshopper, no pressure at all in 8th. We've got Broad in 9th. You just see the headlights of Slowpoke coming around the corner there. So Slowpoke again, not under any pressure really. Viking Daddy though catching up. So Slowpoke on the hards, Viking Daddy on the mediums. So Viking will have the advantage. I think everybody has now done their pit stop. Oh no, sorry. Broad it must be Broad 84. He must be the last to do his pit stop. As you can see, he's in the pits now. He's coming into 11th. Will Brownie take that spot? I think he will. So Brown now moves into 11th. That's pushed Broad down to 12th. There's me saying everybody's done the pit stops and they all come in. Stealth, have you made your final pit stop? I think you have. Wayne G out in front, just getting rid of a half-second penalty there. You can see Neil Farmack in the back. Well, you can see Neil Farmack's headlights in the background. Wayne G will have to come in this lap though. And I don't think he's far enough in front of Neil to retain the lead after the stop. So it's just a case of where will he come out. He's got to try and get out before Unforgiven. Let's just have a look. So Neil will take up the number 1 spot again. So where is Unforgiven? Wayne G in the pits now. Unforgiven just exiting the last set of S's, approaching the chicane and then on to the home straight. So through the chicane, approaching the start finish line. I think Unforgiven will take that second spot. You can see the fuel going in for Wayne G. He's only put half in it, although Unforgiven has managed to nick that spot from him. So Unforgiven takes second position away from Wayne G. Unforgiven on the hards, Wayne G on the hards. So this should be a good fight for the last 10 minutes then between these two. Some good tactics being played out here today. So Unforgiven pitting a bit earlier than Wayne G, getting the undercut done. It's paid off so far, although Wayne G is now going to be pushing hard to get onto the back of Unforgiven. We've got Woodrow just off of them a little bit in 4th. He's on the medium tyres, fresh set of medium tyres. He just needs to get in the slipstream of Wayne G. We've got Derview in 5th. He's got Smoky Tom putting a challenge in on him. So Smoky Tom just gets his nose in front of Derview. That's a good move from Smoky there. Derview's going to be battling with those tyres. He's on the hards. He can have a bit of a fight on his hands. Try and keep up with Smoky Tom. Smoky Tom on the softs. And he's going to have his lead boots on. He'll be planting that accelerator deep. I was going to say into the carpet of this car, but I bet they haven't got carpets. Bit of plastic probably. Oh, Smoky picking up a half-second penalty. Now then, can Derview get close enough to take advantage of that penalty that Smoky Tom's got? I'm just going to nip back up to see how Unforgiven and Wayne G. Wayne G is getting closer to Unforgiven. Woodrow as well, you just see in the distance. Let's just go back to Smoky Tom and Derview. I'm just trying to follow these, see where we get to when we get to the penalty zone. Let's have a look what's happening here. Unforgiven still in 2nd, Wayne G now a lot closer. I think he is in the slipstream. He's just got to make it count. You see the sun starting to come up over the track now. We can actually see the cars. Oh, we missed Smoky Tom. He did serve his penalty, but it didn't cost him. He's still in 5th, Derview in 6th. So let's go back up to follow Wayne G as he chases Unforgiven down. We've got about 6 minutes of this race left. Neil is, well, he's just so far in front. He's under no pressure whatsoever. Fastest lap 3:24.7. This is where the fight seems to be. Let's go on board with Wayne G. We've got Unforgiven in front. We've got Woodrow just behind. Really using every inch of the track. Oh, now that could be a penalty there for Wayne G. Went a little bit wide on the exit. Has he got away with it? I think he has got away with it. Now then, Woodrow, right up his gearbox, is making a move. Not a lot that Wayne G can do about that. It's a good move from Woodrow. So Wayne G relegated to 4th position now. And Woodrow's on the charge, chasing Unforgiven down. We've got 5 minutes left, or just under 5 minutes. Can Woodrow take that 2nd position away from Unforgiven? Unforgiven got some defending to do. 5 minutes. They will probably get one more lap, I think, from these guys. So Woodrow's got one more lap to get 2nd position. Wayne G getting close. He's in the slipstream of Woodrow there. He's getting a double slip. Just go on board with Woodrow then. You can see Unforgiven. He's going to. You see how helpful the slipstream is. So Woodrow takes that 2nd position away from Unforgiven. Can Wayne G do the same? This is great racing from these guys. Oh, Unforgiven got a bit twitchy there coming out of that turn. Has that allowed Wayne G through? I don't think it has, not yet. Yes, it has. Wayne G's managed to get his nose in front of Unforgiven. I think it was a bad exit there from Unforgiven. The back end decided to throw a bit of a wobbly, and that allowed Wayne G to take advantage. That was unlucky for Unforgiven. He was having a fantastic race up to that point. So it's Neil, Wadru, Wayne G, Unforgiven. Smoky Tom in 5th. He's under no pressure. Having a great race, as I've said before, from Smoky Tom. Kenny D 6th. Derview now down in 7th. I'm not sure what happened to Derview, but he was having a good race. Sat in 5th for most of it. So whatever happened, we missed that one. I must be struggling on the hard tyres, as a lot of the guys are. He's now under a bit of pressure from Grasshopper. Grasshopper on the softs. So he has got the advantage, tyre-wise, over Derview. Still got a bit of work to do though. There's still 1 or 2 second gap at the minute. We've got Viking Daddy in 9th, although he's going to serve a penalty that I'm sure will allow Slowpoke through. Let's just see. Viking Daddy served his penalty. As I said before, it doesn't really hold you up that much, although Slowpoke has managed to take advantage of it and take that 9th position away from Viking Daddy. Although Viking Daddy doesn't... Oh, he went very wide then. Got himself onto the kitchen litter, did a fantastic job of keeping it on track. That could have been a lot worse. So we're into the final minute, so let's just have a look and see where we are at. I think this will be the final lap for everybody. So Declan looks like he's about to run out of fuel. Or is that just fantastic timing? "30 seconds of this race left." He's being blue flagged. So that's Neil Farmack is going to be lapping Declan. Declan having to do as much fuel saving as possible. So I'm just trying to see if anybody is going to be finishing Stealth through the final chicane. So as Stealth finished, so Stealth brings it home in... No, it was Brody, sorry, Brody 14th. So that means the Big Mac will be bringing it home in 15th. There's the Big Mac in 15th. Declan will be 16th as he goes around the final chicane for the last time. No fuel left, good timing from Declan. So Neil Farmack takes the win. Well done, Neil. Fantastic race from Neil Farmack there. Wadru is going to take 2nd position. Another fantastic race from Wadru. Some good battling going on there. So Wadru in 2nd. Wayne G and Unforgiven still battling it out for 3rd and 4th. Wayne G just managing to hold Unforgiven off. Ooh, Smoky Tom having a bit of a moment there through the final chicane. He has got a half-second penalty, so I'm not sure what that'll equate to when he finishes. Kennedy in 6th. Grasshopper had a great recovery race to get himself up into 7th. Unlucky for Derview in 8th. Then we've got quite a gap all the way back to Slowpoke in 9th. So to be Slowpoke in 9th. We've got Brownie just coming up to serve a 1 second penalty in 10th. Viking Daddy in 11th. Not sure he's going to be close enough to Brownie to take that position away from him. I don't think he is. You just see Graham come around the corner there in 12th. Brownie, another one running on fumes. So Slowpoke just going through the final chicane to cross the start finish line. In 9th. So Brown will be 10th. Viking Daddy 11th. Graham 12th. So that was our race for Le Mans. I hope you can join me next week. We will be at I don't know where we will be next week. I can't remember. I've lost my bits of paper. We will be at Monza next week, so join me next week for Monza. So thanks for watching. This is Mark signing out.